Hi everyone, this is going to be a demo of creating a custom chat front end on top of Orb. Orb includes its own front end chat, but if you want to build your own, we provide all of the APIs needed. You can also use these APIs to extend Orb and also to integrate with on-page elements. Okay, so here we go. We have the chat open here. The bot has responded, and we can reply back to the bot. So right away you'll see that the bot was able to pull the user ID off of the page. Normally this wouldn't be shown. You could pull it from local storage or however you need to integrate with the web page itself to pull authentication information or other user details. And we can push buttons that are on the page, and those will actually trigger bot flows. And we can also do tracking from the page to track it on the Meya platform, and we would forward it to analytics integrations, for example, Segment. Or you can process these track events with the bot itself, which is what I'm doing right now. So I can click this a few times, and then I can do a report, and you can see that I tried searching 3 times. This is a normal Meya bot, so I have a couple of flows here. Here's a catch-all flow, and we can do buttons too. So we can repeat the button and keep asking it, and now we're done. So all of the button IDs that are generated by the bot come to the front end, and then we send those back through as click events. Okay, so that's it for the functionality of this demo. Now I'll show you how it was actually created. So I have the HTML file open right here, and the actual HTML is pretty simple, and the rest is controlled by JavaScript. Okay, so the place to start here is in the Orb Config. So in the Orb Config, we have connection options. The key things here are that we turn on the window API, which makes this Orb variable accessible. We turn on headless so that the original Orb front-end chat doesn't show up. We set page context to pull details off of the page. This is the user ID element, for example, and we're passing this in as the user ID page context. And then hooks for adding Orb event listeners. The lifecycle to do this is on first connect. So when Orb has established the first connection, you could show the UI for your chat at that point. You could wait to show it until the first connect. And if you're going to be processing events, you need to also add a listener. So here I'm adding a listener for any changes on the event stream. You could listen for first connect or reconnect, or individual events if you wanted to. Okay, so this event listener is what is causing all of these different events to show up. So if we go to the definition here, you'll see that every time the event stream changes, we get the whole stream. So it's up to us to implement whatever reactive operators we need to do to get things displayed. If you're just using React, then React will take care of this for you. But here I'm just using plain old vanilla JavaScript. So I have this dictionary of rendered events, which I just keep track of as bookkeeping. So every event that needs to render. Oh, and the other thing is that the events are ordered in reverse order, so that the newest events are first. So as we render events, for example, any text, we pull out the text from the event, and we grab attribution using the event stream's user data. So the Orb integration will send us user data for each event, and we keep track of it in this dictionary here, eventstream.userdata. And all events have a user ID, so we can just look up the user ID and grab the name out of there. We also have type and avatar URL. Okay, and then here's the start of handling different event types. We just handled buttons in addition to text. But as you build your chat client, you would handle other types of events. So for example, ask buttons comes with a list of buttons. And each button has a button ID, which will send back as an orb click when somebody clicks the button. Okay, so that's it for the listener side. For the send side, we have an input form here. So when you press enter, it'll trigger the submit event, which will come through here, and we'll just do an orb say. So we'll say the input and then clear the input again for chat experience. Okay, so other APIs that you can access, they're all on this orb object. So you can see them here. So add listener, close chat, open chat. You can create different events and publish them using the publish event. We only have super simple helpers for like say, track, click. But other events are all available. You can use create event to create the event. Or you can just go directly to our API docs. You'll see the JSON required for each event here. And you can basically just copy and paste this snippet over to your JavaScript and it'll work fine. And we also have Blob Storage included here. So some of our events, for example, file, if we go to file event, you'll see that file event doesn't actually include the payload of the file in it, like if you're uploading a PDF. Files are referred to by URLs, and same with images and videos. So you'll need to have a URL that's accessible to the Meya platform in order to create a file event. So if the source of the file is from the chat client, then you can create a blob. You can upload that file to the Meya platform. So you post blob and you'll get the blob's URL back, and you can use that URL in any of our other events. Okay, so as I showed you, the docs here are useful for creating events, and you can also use it as a reference as you're going through to implement your different event handlers. All of this event object will be the same as this JSON here that's in our docs. Okay, I think that's it for the functionality and the implementation. To find the source code, you can go to Meya Customers Orb Custom, and I have the implementation of the bot itself, which includes, for example, like the tracking flow and all the other features you've seen here. And it also includes the source code for this index.html. It's all the JavaScript and CSS and HTML are all inside of this HTML file, just to keep things simple. And it's not too big, only 153 lines, which includes the CSS and HTML too. So that's it. Good luck and have fun implementing custom orb functionality. Thanks. Bye.